Cette semaine, Madame et Série est allée à la rencontre de William Simpson, storyboarder historique de la série la plus regardée au monde.
The real war is between the living and the dead. And make no mistake, the dead are coming.
Anciennement dessinateur de comics puis storyboarder de cinéma, William Simpson étudie chaque scénario pour révéler en dessin ce à quoi ressembleront les personnages, costumes et armes de chaque épisode, ainsi que prêter main forte au réalisateur en proposant des idées de mise en scène.
When I arrive on the show, I get 10 scripts or 7 scripts or whatever it's going to be, and I spend 2 days just sitting reading. Then I get my meeting with one of the directors, because normally we have 5 directors, so you end up working with all 5. But you have your first couple of meetings, and that's on specific scenes that they're wanting to concentrate on. I sit down with my book and I thumbnail drawings, little small versions that only the director and myself understand, really. And it's kind of like picking the brains of the director, trying to sort of work out what they want.
No! Hold on to me! No!
I love this process working with the directors, because a lot of the time you're exchanging ideas and you're getting into the characterization, that you know these characters so well from having, worked on them for years. So you get into, they wouldn't do this, or they might do that, or whatever it is. And so, fundamentally, you're enthralled to the script, but during the process, you spend so much time developing it, filling in gaps, coming up with more.
And I'll be free to kill you.
And then I go away and I sit in my darkened room and I draw my proper storyboards. And then they get delivered to the director. The director goes over them, makes some changes. I do the changes, then they go again. And eventually they go to visual effects and the producers. And that's when all hell breaks loose. Something like Hard Home, the Battle of Hard Home is like, you're drawing your main characters running through mist and getting attacked by zombies and White Walkers and all sorts of things, and you're working out storytelling elements as well as camera movements. It's like you're defining what will happen at this moment in time within the frame. How does it look really dynamic in the frame?
Au croisement des genres, Game of Thrones a su créer un monde imaginaire fort tout en restant suffisamment humain pour permettre de croire à ce que nous voyons. Là aussi, William Simpson joue un rôle crucial.
An audience has to believe what it's seeing on screen. It has to accept the world that we step into. I mean, it's the same in comic strips. One must have a style that one creates a world that becomes acceptable to the audience that's reading it, watching it. And it's the same thing on a film. You have to feel that you are part of that. You have to commit yourself to it. And if anything steps out of line from what you're going to believe, even the most fantastical things, it can shock you out of your involvement.
Blood of my blood.
At the end of season 1, which is the big funeral pyre with Khal Drogo, and I remember we've gone through this whole fantasy series, but it's been diplomatic. It's been full of intrigue and Machiavellian, goings on. So it's become much more like a political thriller with murder happening all over the place. And we get to the end, and Dany walks out of the flames, and there's dragons. And we go, oh, there's dragons. But you accept it. It's like in that world, it seems to work. And it's the same ever since. It's been, as they've got bigger, and the White Walkers have appeared more. And we just accept that's the world we're in, because so much of the rest of it is believable political intrigue. And I think that's one of the strengths of Game of Thrones anyway.
Depuis 6 ans qu'il travaille sur la série, on se demande quel genre de spectateur William Simpson peut bien être.
I watch Game of Thrones the way any fan does. It's like, I know what's coming up. but I don't know quite what's coming up. I don't know in what form it's going to be and how it's altered. I mean, sometimes I'm watching it, I'm very aware of my work on screen. You know, I've drawn so much of this stuff. And then there's other times where, you know, it's all the things in between that you don't draw, and it's how they've actually realized things that you had worked on with all of the extra atmosphere around it, you know. So it's fantastic. And each year it becomes more, you know, it's really, this show has become a massive feature film.
Avant de devenir la plus cinématographique des séries, Game of Thrones s'enrichit du talent de dizaines d'artistes, dont un homme penché sur son bureau, pinceau à la main.